The sky above the Nile blazed with the colors of 1,000 fires. The dawn was a spectacle, a daily miracle that painted the heavens with hues of crimson and gold, signaling the start of another day in ancient Egypt. Crimson and gold blared across the horizon, chasing away the velvet darkness. The first light of day touched the land, revealing the majestic landscape that had witnessed countless sunrises and sunsets. The great river, a shimmering serpent of silver, reflected the nascent dawn. Its waters, calm and serene, mirrored the sky's transformation, creating a breathtaking tableau of light and color. On its banks, a monumental project stirred. The air was filled with the sounds of early morning activity as workers prepared for another day of labor. Gigantic stones, hewn from the earth itself, seemed to inch skyward. These stones, each weighing several tons, were the building blocks of a grand vision. This was the age of the Pharaohs. These god-kings, revered and feared, commanded the construction of these colossal structures to ensure their legacy for eternity. This was the time of the pyramids. These monumental tombs, designed to stand the test of time, were a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the ancient Egyptians. The air thrummed with the efforts of thousands. Men and women, young and old, all contributed to this grand endeavor, their collective energy driving the project forward. Men pulled, pushed, and coaxed the massive blocks into place. Their muscles strained and sweat poured from their brows as they worked in unison, guided by the overseer's commands. The rhythmic chanting of prayers mingled with the groans of ropes and the scrape of wood on stone. This symphony of sounds created a unique soundtrack to the construction, a blend of human effort and divine invocation. A symphony of sweat and toil, all orchestrated to create an eternal monument. Each worker played a vital role, their combined efforts transforming raw materials into a structure of awe-inspiring grandeur. Amidst the organized chaos, a young man stood apart. His presence was a stark contrast to the laborers around him, his demeanor calm and contemplative. His name was Hormoheb, and his eyes, sharp and intelligent, followed the ascent of each stone. He was not just an observer, but a key figure in this grand project. Unlike the laborers around him, his was not a life confined to brute strength. Hormoheb was an engineer, a master of the sacred geometries and hidden wisdom that guided the construction of these monumental structures. He was an engineer, schooled in the sacred geometries and hidden wisdom of the ancients. His knowledge was vast, encompassing the secrets of the stars and the mysteries of the earth. Hormoheb carried the weight of a secret, a whisper of knowledge passed down through generations. This knowledge was not just theoretical but practical, guiding the hands of the builders and ensuring the precision of their work. It was this secret, entrusted to him by the high priest Ankhotep himself, that held the key to raising these colossal tombs. The high priest, a figure of immense authority and wisdom, had seen in Hormoheb the potential to unlock the mysteries of the pyramids and bring them to life. Hormoheb was not born into privilege. His life began in the dusty streets of a small village where the sun beat down relentlessly and the Nile's life-giving waters were the lifeblood of their community. His father had been a stonecutter, his hands calloused by years of shaping the desert's bounty into blocks fit for a king's tomb. Each day, he would return home with the dust of the stones clinging to his skin, a testament to his hard labor. His mother, a weaver, filled their small home with the vibrant colors of her craft. The rhythmic sound of her loom was a constant in their household, a melody of creation that brought warmth and beauty to their modest abode. It was she who instilled in him a love of stories, of the myths and legends that wove through their culture like threads through a tapestry. Each evening, by the flickering light of an oil lamp, she would recount tales of gods and heroes, of battles and triumphs, filling his young mind with wonder and curiosity. His intelligence, a beacon in their humble home, caught the eye of the temple priests who visited the workers' quarters. They saw in him not just a bright child, but a potential vessel for the ancient wisdom that had been passed down through generations. They saw in him a mind capable of understanding the sacred geometry, the celestial alignments, and the hidden knowledge that governed their world. The priests, guardians of this esoteric knowledge, recognized the spark of potential in Hormoheb and decided to nurture it. Taken under the wing of Ankhotep, the high priest of the temple of Ra, Hormoheb flourished. Ankhotep, a man of great wisdom and patience, became both mentor and father figure to the young boy, guiding him through the labyrinth of ancient teachings. He devoured scrolls, mastered calculations, and absorbed the wisdom of his elders like a thirsty sponge. The temple's library became his sanctuary, a place where he could lose himself in the pursuit of knowledge, surrounded by the whispers of the past. He learned of the stars, of the cycles of the Nile, and of the delicate dance between the physical and spiritual worlds. The priests taught him to read the heavens, to understand the movements of celestial bodies, and to see the divine patterns that connected all things. But it was the pyramids, those eternal monuments to the pharaohs, that truly captivated him. Their grandeur and mystery called to him, a silent testament to the ingenuity and ambition of his ancestors. The sheer scale of their construction, the precision of their placement, and the mysteries of their inner chambers ignited a fire in his soul. He marveled at the engineering prowess required to erect such colossal structures, each stone meticulously placed to align with the stars. He yearned to understand the secrets they held, the knowledge that allowed his ancestors to achieve such impossible feats of engineering. This yearning drove him to delve deeper into his studies, to seek out the hidden truths that lay beneath the surface of their ancient civilization. Hormoheb engaged in intense scholarly discussions with the priests and other scholars, debating theories and sharing insights. These intellectual exchanges sharpened his mind and broadened his understanding of the world. He began to experiment with tools and techniques, applying his newfound knowledge to practical problems. His innovative thinking led to new methods of construction and design, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. His efforts did not go unnoticed. The elders recognized his talent and dedication, and he was soon presenting his ideas to the council, gaining their respect and admiration. Eventually, Hormoheb was given the opportunity to lead a construction project, a testament to his skills and the trust placed in him by his mentors. Under his guidance, the project flourished, and he proved himself to be a capable and visionary leader. As he stood by the Nile, reflecting on his journey, Hormoheb realized that his path had been shaped by the stones his father had cut, the stories his mother had told, and the wisdom of the priests who had guided him. He was a product of his heritage, a mind forged in stone, destined to leave his mark on the world.
Hormoheb, there is a secret I must share with you. It has been passed down through generations of high priests, a knowledge so profound that it has shaped our civilization. It explains how the massive stones, some weighing as much as 100 men, are lifted and placed with such precision, defying what seems possible by mere human strength. The secret, my young pupil, lies not in brute force, but in harnessing the hidden powers of sound and vibration. This knowledge is the cornerstone of our architectural marvels.
The ancient Egyptians understood that sound was more than just something heard. It was a force, a powerful wave of energy that could move matter and alter the physical world. This wave of energy, when harnessed correctly, could be used to manipulate objects, even those as massive as the stones used in our grandest structures. The priests possessed knowledge of specific frequencies, carefully guarded secrets passed down through generations. These frequencies were the key to unlocking the potential of sound. These frequencies, when produced by specially designed instruments and amplified by resonant chambers within the earth, could alter the very weight of the stones, making them easier to move. Using a combination of precisely tuned resonators, instruments that could produce the exact frequencies needed, large resonant bowls filled with water, and strategically placed levers, the Egyptians could manipulate the stones with remarkable precision. The Egyptians could significantly reduce the weight of the massive stones, allowing them to be moved with surprising ease even across vast distances and challenging terrains. This allowed them to transport these stones across the desert over long distances and place them with incredible accuracy in their monumental constructions. Hormoheb, his mind ablaze with possibilities, dedicated himself to mastering these ancient techniques. He spent countless hours studying the scrolls, learning the precise frequencies and methods. He saw the potential not just for building monuments, but for transforming their world. With this knowledge, he envisioned a future where the power of sound could be harnessed for countless applications, from construction to healing. The legacy of this knowledge continued as Hormoheb and other priests passed it down to their apprentices, ensuring that the secrets of sound and stone would endure through the ages. This profound understanding of sound and vibration became a cornerstone of ancient Egyptian civilization, enabling them to achieve feats that still baffle modern scientists and engineers. The monuments that stand today are a testament to their mastery of these hidden forces, a legacy of ingenuity and wisdom that continues to inspire awe and wonder. Modern scientists and researchers continue to study these ancient techniques, seeking to uncover the full extent of the Egyptians' knowledge and apply it to contemporary challenges. The scrolls and artifacts left behind are a treasure trove of knowledge, offering glimpses into a world where sound and stone were intertwined in ways we are only beginning to understand. The enduring legacy of the ancient Egyptian priests and their mastery of sound and stone continues to captivate and inspire, reminding us of the incredible potential that lies within the natural world. I believe we can improve the construction methods by using larger resonators and a system of ramps and rollers. This would reduce our reliance on brute force, accelerate the construction, and make the work safer for the laborers.
The old ways have served us for generations. Why change what has always worked?
Even some of the workers, while grateful for any attempt to ease their burden, viewed Hormoheb's ideas with suspicion. They clung to the familiar rhythms of their labor, fearing that change, no matter how well-intentioned, would disrupt the balance of their world.
It's hard to trust something new, especially when we've done things the same way for so long.
Hormoheb found himself caught between the weight of tradition and the allure of progress. He understood the importance of honoring the past, but he also knew that progress required embracing new ideas. Undeterred, Hormoheb sought the support of his mentor, Ankhotep. The high priest, wise and patient, understood the challenges his pupil faced. He advised Hormoheb to be patient, to demonstrate the value of his ideas through action rather than argument.
The desert sun beat down on my shoulders. I brushed sand from a crumbling inscription. I was obsessed.
Horemheb, a young engineer, dreamt of finding the lost pyramid, a forgotten legend whispered in hushed tones. Ancient texts hinted at its existence, a monument surpassing even the Great Pyramid.
Driven by ambition and a thirst for discovery, I dedicated my life to uncovering the truth. For years, I scoured ancient maps and crumbling scrolls. I pored over faded papyrus, deciphering cryptic symbols and forgotten languages.
He braved scorching sands and treacherous tombs, following every lead, every whisper of the past. Horemheb's quest consumed him, pushing him to the edge of reason.
My persistence, however, was about to be rewarded. Deep within a forgotten chamber, beneath layers of dust and time, I discovered a clue.
It was a small, intricately carved stone tablet, seemingly insignificant yet radiating with an eerie power. As Horemheb held the tablet in his hands, he felt a surge of excitement. This was it, the key to finding the lost pyramid. The tablet, Horemheb soon realized, was a map. It wasn't just any map, but a detailed depiction of something hidden, something ancient. The lines and symbols etched into the stone were unlike anything he had seen before. They spoke of secrets buried deep beneath the sands, secrets that had been lost to time. It depicted a network of tunnels hidden beneath the sands. These tunnels were not just random pathways, they formed a complex labyrinth that seemed to stretch endlessly. Each tunnel was meticulously drawn, showing precise measurements and directions. It was clear that whoever created this map had a deep understanding of the land and its hidden secrets. These weren't ordinary tunnels, they were perfectly straight, defying the natural contours of the earth. The precision with which they were constructed was astonishing. It was as if they had been carved by some advanced technology, far beyond the capabilities of the ancient world. The straightness of the tunnels suggested a purpose, a design that was both deliberate and profound.
My heart pounded in my chest. The realization of what we had discovered was overwhelming. This was not just an archaeological find, it was a gateway to the past, a chance to uncover the mysteries of an ancient civilization. The excitement was palpable, and the anticipation was almost unbearable. This was no ordinary tomb. The grandeur of the entrance was unlike anything we had ever seen. Massive stone pillars flanked the doorway, each one intricately carved with symbols and hieroglyphs. It was clear that this tomb was meant for someone of great importance, someone whose legacy had been carefully preserved for millennia. This was something far grander, something beyond imagination. The scale of the structure was immense, and the craftsmanship was unparalleled. Every detail, from the carvings on the walls to the layout of the chambers, spoke of a civilization that had achieved great heights of knowledge and skill. It was a discovery that promised to rewrite history. Could this be the entrance to the Lost Pyramid? The thought was both thrilling and daunting. The Lost Pyramid had been the stuff of legends, a mythical structure that many believed was just a story. But here we were, standing at the threshold of what could be the most significant archaeological find of our time.
With renewed determination, Horemheb gathered a small team of trusted workers. These were individuals who had proven their loyalty and skill time and again. They understood the importance of the task at hand and were ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. Together, they formed a formidable team, united by a common goal. Guided by the map, they began excavating a remote site miles from the known pyramids. The location was desolate, far removed from the bustling tourist spots. It was a place where the sands whispered secrets and the wind carried the echoes of the past. The isolation added to the sense of mystery and adventure.
The work was arduous, fraught with dangers. The tunnels were dark and dusty, and the air was thick with the scent of earth and history. Every step was a challenge, every shovel of dirt a test of endurance. But the team was undeterred, driven by the promise of what lay ahead. Collapsing tunnels, venomous snakes, and the ever-present threat of discovery by grave robbers haunted our every move. The dangers were real and ever-present. The tunnels could collapse at any moment, and the presence of venomous snakes added to the peril. And then there was the constant fear of grave robbers, who would stop at nothing to claim the treasures for themselves. But we pressed on, driven by an unshakable belief that we were on the verge of a monumental discovery. The challenges only strengthened our resolve. Each obstacle we overcame brought us one step closer to our goal. The thought of what we might find kept us going, even when the odds seemed insurmountable.
Finally, after weeks of backbreaking labor, their shovels struck something solid. The sound of metal hitting stone was like music to their ears. It was a moment of triumph, a sign that their efforts were about to be rewarded. The excitement was palpable as they carefully cleared away the sand and rubble. Clearing away the sand and rubble, they revealed a massive stone doorway, sealed shut for millennia. The door was enormous, and the weight of history seemed to hang in the air. It was a moment of awe and reverence as they stood before the sealed entrance, knowing that they were about to step into a world that had been hidden for thousands of years.
It was intricately carved with hieroglyphs, depicting scenes of levitation, sound waves, and colossal stones effortlessly floating through the air. The carvings were mesmerizing, each one telling a story of a time when the impossible was possible. They hinted at a knowledge and power that had been lost to the sands of time. A shiver ran down my spine. The realization of what we were seeing was almost too much to comprehend. It was as if we had stepped into a different world. A world where the laws of physics were different, and the boundaries of human capability were pushed to their limits. These carvings hinted at an advanced technology, a power long lost to the sands of time. The symbols and images suggested a civilization that had achieved great technological advancements, far beyond what we had previously believed possible. It was a discovery that had the potential to change our understanding of history and the capabilities of the ancient world.
Horemheb studied the carvings, his mind racing. Each symbol seemed to pulse with a hidden energy, a secret waiting to be unlocked. He had spent years poring over ancient texts, but nothing had prepared him for this moment. He had heard whispers of such technology, dismissed by scholars as mere myth. The idea that sound could be harnessed as a tool, a force of nature, was too fantastical for most to believe. Yet here it was, etched in stone by hands long turned to dust. But the evidence was right before his eyes. The hieroglyphs were not just art, they were blueprints, instructions from a bygone era. They depicted devices that could manipulate sound in ways modern science could barely comprehend.
The hieroglyphs depicted a sophisticated understanding of sound waves, a knowledge that seemed to transcend time. They showed intricate patterns of resonance and vibration, concepts that were only recently being explored in contemporary physics. Resonance, the way sound waves could amplify and sustain themselves, and vibration, the fundamental movement of particles, were clearly illustrated. These were not mere decorations, they were scientific diagrams. Could the ancient Egyptians have harnessed the power of sound to lift and move the massive stones used to build the pyramids? This question haunted Horemheb. The carvings suggested a technology that could defy gravity, a feat that seemed impossible by today's standards.
He spent days deciphering the symbols, each line and curve revealing a piece of the puzzle. The more he studied, the more he realized that this was not just a myth, but a lost science. Piecing together the fragments of a lost technology, he felt like an archaeologist of knowledge, unearthing secrets that had been buried for millennia. Each discovery was a step closer to understanding the true capabilities of the ancient Egyptians. The carvings spoke of a device, a chamber that amplified sound to incredible levels. This was not just a theory, it was a detailed plan, a blueprint for a machine that could change the world.
This sonic power, as I came to call it, could manipulate matter, levitate stones, and defy gravity itself. It was a technology that seemed to border on the magical, yet it was grounded in the principles of physics. It was a revolutionary concept, one that could rewrite history. If proven true, it would change our understanding of ancient civilizations and their technological capabilities.
Horemheb realized the magnitude of his discovery. This wasn't just about finding the lost pyramid, it was about uncovering a truth so profound, so world-altering, that it had been deliberately buried and forgotten. This wasn't just about finding the lost pyramid. It was about uncovering a truth so profound, so world-altering, that it had been deliberately buried and forgotten. The implications were staggering. If the ancient Egyptians had mastered such technology, what else had they achieved?
I knew I had to share this knowledge, to bring it to the light of day. The world needed to know the true genius of the ancient Egyptians, their ability to harness the very forces of nature, to reveal to the world the true genius of the ancient Egyptians. But this was not a task to be taken lightly. The evidence had to be irrefutable, the proof undeniable. Only then could the world accept this new chapter in human history. But first, I had to find concrete proof, something tangible to support my claims. The journey ahead was daunting, but the potential rewards were beyond measure. This was not just about rewriting history, it was about rediscovering a lost science that could change the future.
Eager to share his findings, Horemheb confided in a fellow scholar, a man he believed to be a friend. He had spent countless nights studying ancient texts, deciphering cryptic symbols, and piecing together fragments of a forgotten past. His excitement was palpable, his heart racing with the thrill of discovery. He showed him the map, the tunnel, the carvings, revealing the true extent of his discovery. These were not just ordinary carvings, they were the key to a technology lost to time, a power that could reshape their understanding of the world.
I spoke of sonic power, of a technology that could change the world. This was not mere speculation, it was a revelation that could alter the course of history. The potential applications were limitless, from construction to medicine, from communication to energy. But instead of excitement, I was met with greed. The eyes that once seemed filled with curiosity now glinted with avarice. They saw not the wonder of discovery, but the wealth and power it could bring.
His supposed friend, envious of the potential fame and fortune, betrayed him. The trust Horemheb had placed in him was shattered, replaced by a cold realization of the dangers of human ambition. Word of Horemheb's discovery reached the ears of a powerful and corrupt priest. This priest, a man of considerable influence, saw the discovery as a threat to his authority and the established order.
This lost technology is a threat, a dangerous secret that could disrupt the established order. Arrest him! The priest's voice echoed with a mix of fear and determination, a command that would seal Horemheb's fate.
The priest ordered Horemheb's arrest, branding him a heretic and a madman. The once respected scholar was now a pariah, his name tarnished by accusations of blasphemy and insanity. The priest's guards stormed Horemheb's home, confiscating his notes and artifacts. The culmination of years of research and discovery was torn from his grasp, leaving him with nothing but the clothes on his back.
Thrown into a dark and dank dungeon, I was left to rot. The walls were cold and unyielding, a stark contrast to the warmth of his once vibrant mind. The darkness seemed to seep into his very soul, threatening to extinguish the light of his discovery. My dreams of sharing my discovery, of revealing the truth, seemed to crumble around me. The weight of despair was almost too much to bear, each passing day a reminder of the betrayal and loss he had suffered.
The priest's betrayal cut deep, but Horemheb refused to give up hope. In the darkest moments, he clung to the belief that his discovery was too important to remain hidden forever. He clung to the belief that the truth had a way of coming to light, no matter how deeply it was buried. The ancient writings he had uncovered spoke of resilience and perseverance, lessons he now took to heart.
I just needed to find a way to escape, to get my story out. The walls of the dungeon could not contain the fire of his determination. He knew that somewhere, somehow, the truth would find its way to the surface, and his discovery would change the world.